Arcadian Vanguard presents The Wrestling News and your daily wrestling newscast for Friday, October 20th, 2023. Good morning, I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin today with Ring of Honor, which streamed last night on Honor Club, featuring matches taped last Saturday at the Huntington Center in Toledo, Ohio. In the main event, the Gates of Agony emerged victorious in a three-way tag team match over the Workhorsemen and the team of Action Andretti and Darius Martin. In other tag team matches on the show, the Righteous defeated Kevin Matthews and Rod Lee, and Cole Carter and Griff Garrison beat Myron Reed and Ren Jones. In a Pure Rules match, Josh Woods went over Pat Buck. In the women's division, Lady Frost beat Zoe Lynn, Kiera Hogan went over Allison Kay, Billy Starks beat Diamante, and Mercedes Martinez defeated Marty Bell in the opener. In other Ring of Honor results, Commander beat Metalik, Tony Nese topped Ethan Page, Gravity defeated Angelico, and Sean Dean beat Peter Avalon. In ratings news, AEW Dynamite experienced a significant increase in viewership back in its normal time slot this week after going up against NXT last week. Last Wednesday's episode drew a total audience of 901,000 to TBS, an increase of nearly 50% from last week's 609,000 according to WrestleNomics. The rating in the key 18 to 49-year-old demographic was .31, which was also up from last week's .26. Impact Wrestling aired last night on Access TV, featuring matches taped September 22nd and 23rd at Graceland Live in Memphis. In the TV main event, Knockouts World Champion Trinity teamed with Mickie James to defeat Giselle Shaw and Savannah Evans.
Look out! McDT! Cover! James and Trinity win! Here are your winners, Trinity and Mickie James! On Saturday at Bound for Glory, they will be rivals fighting for that championship, but a victory for them here tonight in the Impact Zone.
In other results, Brian Myers and Moose beat PCO and Rhino, Crazy Steve topped Black Taurus, Speedball Mike Bailey defeated Samurai Del Sol, and Kenny King went over Heath. In the evening's dark match main events, Josh Alexander beat Yuya Uemura and Masha Slamovich beat Jessica. And we close with a look at Japan. On Thursday, Stardom ran the second night of its ongoing Stardom Goddess Tag League inside Tokyo's Kurikan Hall. In the red block, the teams of Syuri and Saki Kashima and Suzu Suzuki and Mei Sierra picked up 2 points apiece with their victories, while in the blue block, Mayu Iwatani and Hanan and Mirai and Mei Sakurai picked up 2 points with their victories. The 13th annual tournament resumes this Sunday in Osaka. Also on the show, Saori Anou challenged Mirai for her Wonder of Stardom title. That match is scheduled for November 18th, also in Osaka. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The Wrestling News can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the Wrestling News across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the Wrestling News. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.